Hi, I'm Jack Zufeld again. I'm the author of The DNA of Success. You know that beautiful book behind me here? I've sold that book all over the country, all over the world, in 47 countries actually. It's in 15 different languages. It's made me kind of popular out there as a speaker and trainer. What I want to do is talk to you today about something that's really quite interesting. It's the concept of never, ever give up. There was a guy named Sir Winston Churchill who was asked to speak at a commencement exercise at a major university here in the U.S. And he stood up after a 20-minute introduction. He stood up, and they say this is his most famous speech ever. He stood up to the microphone or the pulpit and leaned into the microphone after looking at the audience, not saying a word for almost 2 minutes, and he just looked at the audience, waiting, watching. Everybody's fidgeting in their seats because it's taking him so long. And he leans forward into the microphone and he says, "Never give up." And he leans back for a minute, looks at the audience for another minute. No words coming out of his mouth. He leans into the microphone again and says, "Never give up." Now remember, this man's a very famous man. He saved England from the war, during the war against the Germans. One of the most powerful men that ever lived. And this is his message to these graduating students. So he waits another minute and a half or 2 minutes, and he looks at the audience, watches them, and everybody's screaming again. What's going on? He leans into the microphone for the third time and says, "Never give up." And he turns around and sits down. They claim that's one of his most powerful, influential speeches ever given. I highly recommend that you do the same thing. I have a little card that I created that is absolutely cute. And it makes people laugh, but it's quite an important message. Take a look at this. Well, let's see. I'll hold it like that. Can you see that stork trying to swallow the frog? And the frog's got his hands around the throat of the stork, and he's not going to let the stork swallow him. Never give up. Never. Check out my other information at the DNA of Success website or at my blog, jackzufeld.com.